This episode is brought to you by Zen Aesthetics in Pereira Construction. At Zen Aesthetics in Oak Harbor, experienced esthetician Adrienne Hawkins goes beyond skincare. She nurtures your soul while rejuvenating your skin. Book your appointment today and find your Zen. Visit Zen Aesthetics on Instagram because self-care isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. And a big shout out to Pereira Construction, building strong foundations, beautiful spaces, and a better Whidbey one project at a time. Transfer your home with Pereira Island Construction, where owners Mike and Susanna Pereira bring over 30 years of experience to every project. No upfront payments, you pay only when the job is complete and you're satisfied. Contact Mike for a free consultation and visit Pereira Island Construction to learn more. That's Pereira, Pereira, islandconstruction.com. Pereira Island Construction, building trust with quality work. Hello, Whidbey friends, and welcome back to Local Whidbey with Magsy. You know, there's nothing I love more than discovering the heart, soul, and spice of Whidbey Island. And today, we're diving into all three. If you're ready for a conversation filled with inspiration, culture, and a little dash of entrepreneurial magic, you are in the right place. Today's guest is a powerhouse of passion and purpose, Juliet Dei, the amazing owner of the Whidbey African Store. Juliet has not only brought the vibrant flavors and culture of Africa to Whidbey Island, but also created a space that's all about connection, celebration, and community. From clothing, beads, lotions, soaps, coffee, and more, her store is a little slice of some and a world of discovery for others. Most of you listening and Juliet do not know me from Eve. However, I have been an entrepreneur and supported entrepreneurship in my career for decades. I was even the director of digital marketing for eWomenNetwork. What drew me to Juliet and her African store was not only because it is highly interesting content for Whidbey Island, but because of women supporting women. I'm not patting myself on the back, I'm telling you this because Juliet is supporting a much larger cause than just a hobby of selling things we all like to feel better. Yes, coffee makes me feel better. We're going to talk about Juliet's journey from her roots to her vision, what inspired her to create this one-of-a-kind store, and why she believes culture has the power to bring people together. Whether you love unique spices, delicious coffee, beautiful baskets, or just a culture enthusiast, you will love this fun entrepreneurial story. This episode is going to fill your cup and maybe your shopping cart. So let's get cozy and jump into this beautiful conversation with the unstoppable Juliet Dei. At the end of the podcast, Juliet and I walk through the store and talk about a few of the products. I hope you will stay tuned in a bit longer and maybe hear something that interests you, or maybe you are a shop owner on Whidbey Island who just might want to carry a few products from Juliet. Hey, Juliet. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing today?
It is so nice to meet you, finally. And I just found out we've met before.
Yes.
Yeah, at a networking thing in Langley.
Right. I think the economic development.
Yes, the EDC.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that, meeting you there, and you had to remind me. Then it clicked in my head that we did. We stood there and had a conversation.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes. About me starting my business.
Yes, about you starting your business. Yeah.
Yes. And you gave me some pointers too about like Google.
Yeah.
Is it Google Map? How to get on there.
Make sure
how
you're
to
on
create,
Google Maps.
Yeah, a blog so I can put
Right.
Yes.
Right. People who aren't on Google Maps and they have a business absolutely floor me because it's free.
Right.
Yeah, and everybody can find you.
Yeah.
So what did you think about that intro? Did I hit the mark or no?
I think you did great.
Okay, good,
Yes.
good. Always try to get it right. Listener, if you don't know, I write the intros before I meet the person because I want to see if I can get to know them before I meet them. And so I send them the intro and once they agree to the interview. So that's the reason why I asked that, in case you wanted to know. So what brought you to the island?
So in 2016, we moved across the state from Maryland to Oak Harbor through the Navy. And I've loved it so much. So the Navy brought us here. Yes.
Okay. Like a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the question everyone keeps asking, because we have just few Black people, and especially someone from the motherland, from like Africa.
Right.
And you don't get to see a lot of Africans from Africa on the island. So everyone keeps asking me. So the Navy brought me. I wouldn't have known about Washington State, but we came and I fell in love. And one funny story, when my husband told me we're moving to Washington State, he was like, "Oh, do you think you want to go?" And I didn't even know we had Washington State and Washington, D.C.
Right.
And being in Maryland, I thought, oh, it's just 2 minutes from where we're leaving, so we can just do that. But then I did my research.
Right.
Oh, evergreen state. Who wouldn't love some greenery? So I told him, yeah, I really want to do it. And we came. We drove, we got to the ferry, and we thought we were going to live on the other side of the yeah. So we moved here, took the ferry, and got to Oak Harbor, and it's been love so far.
Good.
Yeah.
So one of the things I love to ask is, who is Juliet? So what is your bio? Who are you?
Okay. So I have a master's degree in leadership and management from Western Governors University.
Mm-hmm.
And currently I work with the Postal Service in Oak Harbor. And then I just started this business a few months ago, a social entrepreneurship, to support women, children in orphanages, educational foundations, and a lot of people around. Even in Washington, I have people that I'm helping. I've had calls from California, like women who are thriving. They're struggling to sell their stuff. They reach out to me, like making jewelry and how best I can support them. So that's what I've been doing so far.
So what brought you to this point where you felt that in your personality and your background that you would want to do something like this?
Working at the post office, I've met a lot of people. Few people have like great idea how Africa is, because the things we watch on TV sometimes do not depict the exact picture of what Africa really is. People have asked me funny questions like, oh, if we lived with lions still, because people presume that we still live in the bush, live on trees. People ask me if we even have houses. And I've had someone ask me if I decided to take the name Juliet when I moved to the US. And just recently, like last week, someone asked me, how come you speak English? How come you speak English? You're from Africa. And I told them I speak fluent English because that's our secondary language. That's our official language in Ghana. Yeah, so I decided to create this one because I would want people to get to know Africa, because you can come over here. It's like a small museum where you can get to learn something about Africa. And also the most important thing for me is because I want to help as many people as I can, because my grandma, I'm trying to build on her legacy.
Right.
She was a very tenacious woman. She was a nurse. And while my grandpa, who was a diplomat, was traveling the world, she decided to stay in my village in Ghana to help women. You have people coming from several villages to the clinic that she was working at to deliver babies, to like a lot of people. And she helped a lot of kids to go to school. She provided money for their education, their books, and so forth. And my auntie who raised me, she died last year, which gave me the rude awakening. It's not how long you live on earth, but how much impact you leave. Because people don't remember you for the big dresses you wear. They remember you for the impact you make in their lives. So we went for the funeral, and I saw how much her demise affected a lot of people, from kids to adults. Somewhere like when I was in the clinic, when I was at the hospital, she was the one who came to pay my bills. And most of the kids that she was helping at her workshop came distraught because there was no one to provide food for them. There was no one to provide their fees for them to go back to school. So I decided to help some of the girls that she was helping. she helped some of them to learn trades like sewing and all of that. So I take some of the things that they create in Ghana to sell for them. And I've listened to stories of women struggling. When you finish college, your first degree in Ghana, one thing the government asks you to do is to serve in a community. And you are mandated to serve at least 1 year after your first degree. I decided to move to the hinterland where I work because I lived my whole life in the city.
Okay.
So
yeah, I was going to ask you what city.
Yeah, so I lived in Accra, which is the capital of Ghana, my whole life. That's where my family lives. So when I got my posting to still work in Accra, I opted out. So I decided to go plead with them to send me somewhere else where I can be more useful. So I was sent to the northern part of Ghana, which is considered one of the underprivileged communities or region in Ghana. I was faced with a lot of issues. It's hard for women to survive in that region because many of their husbands are married to 3-4 women. So it's the survival of the fittest.
Right.
So you have to struggle to fend for you and your kids. So I was faced with that, and I decided to help as much as I can. So most of the things I get from Ghana are from these women. They weave baskets, they create shea butter.
Right.
And I get these things to sell to support them. The long-term goal is to help them with financial literacy, how to access loans, and also, if it's possible, to build a training center for all of them so they can have the best education they can. So you're not just selling stuff, you're also able to save enough to have financial sustainability and also.
So in your history, let me ask you a question really quick.
Right.
In your history, so in Ghana and the city that you lived in, you went to regular schools or did you go to boarding school?
I went to regular school.
Regular school.
Yes.
And then you went to college.
I did.
And then you went to serve.
Yes.
And is that like a 2-year commitment? I mean, how long did you
do that for a year?
A year?
Yeah. So
okay.
Every student, whether you went to a private institution or a government institution, as we call it, after you're done with your first degree, you are required to serve the country. We call it national service.
Right.
So everyone serves for 9 to 1 year.
Right.
9 months to 1 year. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I wish they do that in the United States instead of going directly.
It's also like your first training. It gives you that experience and that exposure, how the business world would be.
Right.
You know.
So from that, how did you come to the United States?
So I used to visit because I have family in the East Coast.
Okay.
Yes. So I used to come back and forth. And then in 2014, I met my husband.
Yeah.
And we decided to get married. And that's how I stayed.
Okay.
I wasn't going to stay.
Right. Okay.
But once you're married, you have to stay.
Right.
Yeah. And also, I worked a little bit as a journalist in Ghana.
Okay.
So it gave me that travel experience because most of the time you travel to other countries and other places to like cover programs, you know. Knowing
that here on Whidbey Island,
right,
like you were saying before, there's not a big community
African
Americans or Africans unless they're associated with the Navy.
Right.
What inspired you to say yes, this business, and listener, we'll go over all the wonderful things she has in her store. It's just amazing. Would work here.
Before you can access anything African, you'd have to travel all the way to Seattle.
Right.
Commuting to Seattle every time that you need anything, it's hard.
Right.
So to serve the Africans here, I decided to start this business so you can easily come here to get things that you want. I don't have I don't have everything yet because I'm still working on bringing more stuff, but at least you can get the basic items that you need so you don't have to travel all the way to Seattle.
So I just had an idea. looking at some of the food in here. I've never had African food.
Right.
And I have a supper club called With Magsy. Wouldn't it be great to have a themed dinner?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could probably help me with that, right?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do have a lot of Africans who would love to help as well.
Oh, that would be
Because
amazing.
one idea I'm thinking of is to, if time will permit, probably next year, if we'll still have it, if we'll have like Black History Month.
Black History Month, yes.
If we'll still have it, we can have probably a cultural fair where all the African countries on Whidbey Island can come together. We'll have like a food bazaar. We'll have like music and dance, so we can get to introduce people to our culture. Because we don't have anything like that. I know we have the Hispanic something on the island, but then we don't have anything like that as far as Africans are concerned.
Right.
And I do have a few friends who would love to participate in that, like Jamaicans and all of that. Yeah.
Sounds great to me.
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing like culture and getting out of your own bubble. I mean, that's for sure. What has been the most rewarding moment in your entrepreneurial journey so far? I know entrepreneurship is a struggle, but what has been the most rewarding thing so far?
Well, it's new business. I haven't hit my target yet. However, I've been privileged to meet with a lot of people. And that's one thing I love about Whidbey. People are so friendly. People are so nice. I've met with people that I didn't even know were the people I was meeting with.
Right.
Like I've had politicians pass through this shop without me even knowing.
Right.
Yeah, one time, one of them, I wouldn't want to mention names, came here to shop for a friend. And I didn't even realize he was the one until I met him again at another place. Yeah. And I asked my friend, who is this guy? Because he looks so familiar.
Yeah.
And she told me. So I've had the privilege of meeting a lot of people who have educated me on things that I need to do and also like help me in this journey. Okay. So it makes me feel good. And also
you have to get out there.
I know. And also knowing that I'm doing something great to help others gives me that satisfaction. I'm trying for that. I'm so happy that I'm able to like help a lot of people as much as I can in my own small way.
You're helping support the micro community.
Right.
So we talked about Ghana, but you had mentioned to me that there's a lot of other communities that you support. So let's talk about some of the other ones that you do as well. And also you had mentioned to me that a lot of people who buy things that are African online, that some of it is made in China. It's not made by Africans.
True.
So let's talk about the different communities you do support their microeconomies and what percentage of women that is, and also the other countries as well.
Okay. Yeah, you're very right. Because even now, the influx of Chinese fabric, Africans pride themselves on our fabrics, the authentic things that we have. But then most of the things we have now are coming from China. Yeah. You see like loafers online and you buy them and it gets to you and they're plastic. Yeah. We don't use plastic loafers. Yeah. So it's very confusing for people. So when you come to the shop over here, you would see that the fabric is cotton. Right. It's not like plastic. It's not like anything that you get from China.
Right. Yeah, I get that. So I see in here that you have Ethiopia, Tanzania.
Right.
So how do you get these products in here?
Okay. Yeah, so
how do you choose?
You initially asked about the communities that I'm helping.
Other communities,
Right. So I'm helping the Ethiopian Education Fund. The a couple has been helping them. They've been doing this for 20 years. And what they do is to sell coffee. Originally, coffee bean was discovered in Ethiopia. So they have the authentic coffee. The smell is different. It's not anything you've ever had. Yeah, so they sell the coffee from their home. I met with them and they spoke to me and I was like, probably I can help. because I have the shop. So I sell the coffee and they send the money to Ethiopia to help kids go to school from kindergarten all the way to college.
Right.
They have kids in law school. And this is like a ripple effect. Once they come out of school, they also help to support other kids because you benefited from this. So when you're buying the coffee, you're not just buying a product, you're also making a difference in someone's life, And I help an orphanage in Tanzania that helps kids with albinism.
Yeah.
So in some communities, they are not safe.
Right.
I cannot go into the details, but this orphanage helps them to create products that they sell so they can be financially independent. So I sell some of their products for them, like leather sleepers. I'm trying to get some of the aprons that they make. They also make soap that they sell. I don't have those yet. So, and I also help communities in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Yes, they make jewelry. So they ship them to me. I pay the postage for them to ship over here and I sell for them. I'm also helping some communities in Togo. There's this organization that I'm helping to sell for. They have a training center for girls because most of the girls in those communities depend on men who take advantage of them. So this training center trains them on life skills like making clothes, making soaps, making jewelry. So you don't have to look up to a man to provide for you. So I get stuff from them and I sell for them to raise funds to support the training center. And I'm helping women in Ghana as well. Yes, so that's what I've been at.
So I know your business is absolutely brand new.
Yes, ma'am.
What's a piece of advice you wish you had when starting out?
Make sure you have a website.
Yeah. Yeah.
And most importantly, yeah, because in this digital age, brick and mortar, let me say it in the British English.
Right.
Brick and mortar doesn't really work a lot lately because everyone is on their phone, click, click. So I had that advice. I just didn't take it so seriously.
Right.
Because especially when you're in a location that is not so visible to the public, you don't have so much traffic. You might want to work on your websites and all the social media platforms before you even open. And another piece of advice I wish I had was to get a financial person because I didn't know I had to do all this filing of taxes for local government, do for it's a whole lot. Yes. And if you don't take care, you might end up paying penalties because you don't know how to do the calculations. So I wish someone told me that it entails all these calculations. So because it's been a bit overwhelming.
Well, I agree with you, and I've said it on another podcast, and I'll say it every time.
Right.
The state of Washington needs to be easy for people to start businesses. The Whidbey Island, the county, it needs to be easy to start a business.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be hard at all.
Yes.
And you can literally go out and Google where you can type in what are the best places to start a business.
Okay.
And you'll see all kinds of states, and you'll see all kinds of cities. And this area needs to be on that list. I mean, it really does.
Yeah, because all the processes that you have to go through, if you're not careful, you might even give up.
Yes. Yeah, I get that. So what's the most surprising thing you've learned about your customers, your clients? Have you had to change some of the things you carry because you thought it would be popular and it wasn't, or you brought in different things and it was, better than
I was going to tell you a funny story.
Okay.
Someone came in here and I was trying to show them the things. He's like, oh, that would be too African. I was like, you wear lotion? Because I have authentic organic lotions. And he was like, that would be too African. And I was shocked. And I was like, you use hand lotion and someone would think it's African.
So, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so if even lotion, people have
What do people think?
I know. Yeah, if with even lotion, that person has that impression. So I had to reorient myself because my goal was to showcase what we have.
Yeah.
So some people want to try the fabrics, and also but some feel that they might offend us.
Right.
But guess what? We would love to see you in our clothes. It makes us feel proud. It makes us feel good, you know. So I started with just the clothes, but then I had to bring like the lotions, more of the lotions, more of the tea bags, more of the soaps.
Yeah.
And like the shakes, the turmeric shake that I have, because people take tabs, but this is organic turmeric shake from the root itself and ginger and all of that. Yeah. So I think most people would want to have the organic stuff, like the drinks and the soaps, than the fabrics and clothes.
Yeah, all kinds of things are going through my head that I probably shouldn't say because it's not PC. But when you just said that about someone saying it was too African, I literally don't go to Walmart because it smells like made in China. I mean, who says that? You have lotion on that smells like Walmart. Nobody does.
I know.
I mean, that is crazy town. All right. This might not be a question that you'd be really familiar with knowing just because of cultural differences. But you know how people like to be endorsed by a celebrity because so-and-so used your product or they bought from you? Have you ever thought of someone you would love, a celebrity that you would love to endorse? Or they endorse you, sorry.
Maybe Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Oh, good one.
Yes, because he's been to Africa.
Yeah.
And not just that, like, this guy has so many TV shows.
Yeah.
If he could wear some of our clothes, if he could showcase the things that these women are what's the word? These women are trying to do, like to see all their artwork and all the things that they are doing. Yeah. That would be great.
I love that answer.
Yeah. And also Jessica Alba.
Yeah, Jessica Alba.
She's an entrepreneur and as a mom who is struggling to also help people.
Right.
Yeah. But
those are good answers. I've often thought that question's a little shallow, but every business that I've talked to that have answered that, they always have a really good reason why that they want that person to endorse them. And so that was a really good answer. I agree with you. So I think I know the answer to this, but for our listener, who has been the most significant influence on your life?
My grandma.
Yeah.
My grandma.
And you said why a couple of questions ago, but why don't you reiterate why that influence is so important to who you are today?
Right. So I believe you live for a cause.
Yeah.
Not for applause.
Right. Oh, good one.
Because
let's repeat that.
You live for a cause, not for applause.
Yes.
Because she wasn't looking at what she could get from the people that she was helping, but how it made her feel, you know. So, and I don't know if I should put it across, but like she didn't even build a house for herself. She spent all her money like just helping everyone she could. I'm not saying people should do that, but it's about how you feel.
Right.
You know, how you feel. And I feel that like with this global village, we have to be there for each other.
Yeah. Right. I agree with you. Glad I asked you that. That's a really good answer. So let's talk about living on the island. What do you love most about living here?
It's a small place and I like the scenery. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And most importantly, the crime rate is like very low. When we lived in Maryland, like every 5 minutes you see a policeman.
Right.
So when we got to Whidbey, like it would take you like 3 months to see a policeman around. And we're wondering, you know, you can leave your car door open for like days. No one will even get close to it.
Right.
You know, and that's how safe Whidbey is. And everything is in close proximity.
Right.
I can drive 5 minutes to Walmart. I can drive 2 minutes to Safeway. You don't have to, like, I buy gas and I use it for like a whole month.
Right.
Meanwhile, in Maryland, when you have to get to the next shop, you have to drive like on byways and highways, spend like 2 hours to get there. And
That's
the people
true.
on Whidbey Island are very nice people. I'm not saying everyone is nice, but at least 90% of the people I've met do not look at your color. They do not look at your educational status. I mentioned earlier that I work at the post office. I have made a lot of friends and I've met so many people. Christmas time, I was in Seattle, and some of my customers came to this shop, the post office customers.
Right.
They came here looking for me to give me gifts.
Right. Oh.
Yeah. Like they came here and I wasn't here, and they came again like 2 times, 3 times just to give me gifts.
Nice.
And it's such a blessing to be in such a community and the love that everyone shows to each other. Forget about all the rants on the Whidbey community page.
Right.
They do all of that, but when they meet in person, people don't even look at like the political.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because not to make this about me, but when I first moved here, my neighbor said you need to get
Join
on the
Whidbey
Island community page. You'll find out all the kinds of things that are going on, and this and that. And I lasted about 6 weeks because someone would ask a question, a legit question.
Yep.
And I would click on the comments because I want to know the answer. And the hate, oh my gosh. Especially people on there telling everyone to go home, blah, blah, blah.
I know.
And quite frankly, I haven't met a lot of people who are original to Whidbey Island. And so I got off of it. And then about a year later, my neighbor said, they're toughening up on the negativity. So I went back on it again, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. And here's the reason why. When you get out in the community and get off the social media, you will see exactly what you just said. People here are very nice. If I was sitting on a bench looking at the harbor and I asked someone a question about moving here, they wouldn't tell me that Whidbey Island is not a movie set and don't move here.
Right.
They would just give me all kinds of tips and advice. And so I do encourage people, get off of that. And if you go out in the community and get involved, you'll find that the people here are nothing like they are online from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So,
So I just read the comments. Sometimes I just laugh. Because when you meet people in real life, they're not the way they behave on social media.
What's even funnier is you were talking about the low crime rate. There is a radio station in Bellingham who once a week reads some of the 911 calls that come off Whidbey Island. And they're funny, not funny. It's like you can't believe someone's called that in, but it's nothing like crime in Maryland or where I came from.
I was in Maryland too.
Or, wherever, or Seattle. It's not like the crime in Seattle. It's really funny stuff. Like, I can't believe people called this in. And, and a police officer here, they're nice enough to go out and find out what the problem is. But yeah, that's a lot. That's Whidbey humor. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, I like to ask everyone if you have a hidden gem or secret spot or a favorite place here on the island, if you want to reveal it.
One place I can't remember the name, but it's like a beach. It's after the base
on the west side.
The name just escaped me. It's a beach and it's so serene and so clean.
Yeah.
When I discovered, I'm like, we have a place like this in Oak Harbor, because most times we go to the city beach.
Yes.
That's where everyone goes. But this one
So you're saying that it's just past the base on the west side.
Yeah, so you drive
you're going towards Deception Pass.
Yes.
Would it be the Rockaway Beach?
Is it Rocky Point or something?
Rocky Point.
Yes,
Rocky Point.
Rocky Point.
My interview with Adrienne from Zen Aesthetics. That's her favorite spot.
That's mine too. Yeah, it's so clean and serene. You see all the stones and everything over there. Because I come from Ghana, and we have beaches over there. So when I was like, this looks like my country. So
makes you feel like you're at home.
Yes.
What do you hope the community, or how do you hope the community will grow or evolve in the next 5 to 10 years?
The biggest thing that is taking a lot of people off the island is accommodation. The rising cost of accommodation makes it so hard for people to stay, especially the Navy guys. I've spoken to a few of them. Oh, I'm moving to Texas because houses are cheaper over there. In order for us to build this community, we need more people who create more jobs and more people to stay. We've had a lot of Navy guys coming and a lot of people coming to the island. If they can build more houses, I think that will reduce I don't know if that would, but like the demand is higher than the supply.
Yeah.
So it makes people to charge more.
Yeah.
And also if we can have more activities that will bring more people to the island, especially summertime.
Right.
I know we do have some already, but if we can improve and have more things and not just center everything on downtown, we can go to other places too, where people can get to know the other places as well.
Yeah, I think so too, because I brought someone who came here with the Navy a year ago to have a bagel the other day, and she had no idea there was a bagel shop.
I know. Look at
Harbor.
Yeah, in the log cabin we have big spots.
Yeah,
the city can partner with us, or the Chamber of Commerce partner and have like programs over here where we don't, because downtown is a bit like overused. We should go to other places, even where the Chamber of Commerce is. They have big land over there, like where they have the farmers market. We can have activities over there so they can get to know other places, other businesses, and patronize them.
Okay, I get that. Totally agree with you. So is there any lessons the community has taught you? I think you did mention how friendly and working at the post office.
Yes.
And you don't realize people and really appreciate the job that you do there.
Yes. They've taught me it's possible to like dream.
Right.
Yeah, it's possible because I have had this dream for a long time.
Right.
And even though my auntie's demise just made me do it now.
Right.
Because you can never tell what will happen the next day.
Right.
But like the love people showed me, like the opening day, the next day, and people, even though they are not able to come to the shop because of my location, maybe they still send me messages to show the love. They tell me don't give up because these few days have been so down. Because of the sale volume. They're like, don't worry, just that love. And I had someone driving all the way from Langley. This morning he brought me stuff from Langley. Fred Lunda, the owner of Click Music. Is it Music for the Eye?
Oh yeah.
Music, he was here, and all the love that people have shown me, and giving me pointers like what to do, especially the business world, telling me like, oh, you need to do this and do that. This will work. People don't hide the truth, or they don't hide things from you. They tell you in order for me to build upon what I'm already doing. Right. That makes
that's great.
A lot of difference.
One of the things I want to do before we wrap up is, and hopefully we won't be too loud clicking on your floors, but I want to go around to some of the things that you have here.
Okay.
And you tell me a little bit more about them.
Okay.
So people will understand the variety of things that you have here that they can try and step out of their bubble, step out of their comfort zone of what they eat and jewelry they wear and all those different types of things. So let's get up and go over here. I'll try to tippy toe so I'll be too clicky clacky. What is yellow gari?
So this is made from yucca. It's roasted. It's social media a lot.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like a cereal that we drink. This one, for instance, has, so these are all the same things, just that they have different ingredients. This one is just raw gari. From yucca, roasted yucca.
Right.
This has chocolates, peanuts, milk, and sugar in it.
Oh.
So what we usually do is to add
like
some
cream of wheat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just add some water to it and drink. Great thing you mentioned cream of wheat.
Right.
These are like cream of wheat in Africa.
The cocoa powder?
The cocoa powder. These not the cocoa powder. This is like natural cocoa powder. And Ghana is the second largest producer of cocoa.
I just noticed saw the rice mix 3-in-1 cereal.
Right.
I was thinking in my head that'd be great for babies, and then that's what it says.
Yes.
It's great for babies.
These products up here are from a woman, like a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
She was helping kids in Ghana, and the malnutrition in Ghana made her to do this to bridge that gap.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not just for babies. It's for it means that anyone from 6 months all the way to 100 years can use it. So I have soybeans in some of them, and if you know the herb benefits of soybeans, it's help the fiber, all of that. And I have organic natural cocoa powder, and I have spices over here.
I was going to mention the spices because I love spices. Listener, I got a sample.
This is all-purpose spices.
Yeah.
This one has
Okay, I'm going to have to take a picture of this for social media, but the bottle of spices she showed me is called Kitchen Queen. Well, that would be me.
The queen of the kitchen.
It's all-purpose. It's all-purpose seasoning.
Yeah, it has a whole lot to make around.
And it has coriander and
everything.
Turmeric, cinnamon, rosemary, bay leaf, garlic, and cloves. Okay, definitely have to get some of that for sure. Okay, and what are these? Are these chips?
Yes, these are plantain chips.
Oh my gosh, I love plantain chips.
Yeah, and they have ginger in them for the health benefits.
So some of you who are into turmeric like I am, she's got a turmeric shake here, mix for that. And it's turmeric and roots, ginger, cinnamon powder, and black pepper. So you know that will stimulate your metabolism for those of you that are into that kind of thing like I am. And what do we have here? That has the name Whidbey on it. How did that get on there?
Yeah, so this is a sauce that we use in Africa, mostly in Ghana. You can eat it with your rice. So your rice is ready, and you need a sauce to eat it with. You can just add it to it.
Oh my gosh.
Or your meat. Yes.
And they actually put Whidbey on here.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We wanted to brand it.
So that's a really good business move. So it has oil, powdered pepper, onions, dry shrimp, dry herring, natural spices, and beef chunks. It's all ground up. And what do you put this in? Rice? Yes. It's good with meat, flavoring meat.
So this is already cooked. This spends like a whole day cooking this.
Okay.
Just as you eat your ketchup, this is like the spicy ketchup.
Okay. Yes. And that's Ethiopian coffee?
Yes, ma'am.
Which I have had, and that it is very good. Like you said before, it tastes different.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes, and it's not just having coffee. You're having coffee and helping someone as well.
Okay.
Thing that I'm bringing tomorrow is the ginger chips.
Ginger chips?
Yes. Okay. I'm getting that tomorrow from the airport. So ginger with honey in it, dry ginger, and it's very good.
and is that like a piece of candy, or what do you do with that?
So you can put that in your tea.
Oh, okay.
You can put that in your coffee. You can chew that too. It's really healthy. The last time I had it, all got finished same day. So if someone wants it, get it now.
And then, of course, she's got beautiful jewelry here. If you're really into the beaded bracelets that everybody's making, she's got beautiful, more color, chunkier, has shells in it. So if you're someone who likes to stack bracelets, which that is a really big thing right now, you should come in the store and take a look at those. Even if you've got teenage girls, they love those kinds of things as well. So she has that. Now, I want to talk about your lotions and potions over here.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I love this kind of stuff for sure. So cocoa butter.
Yes, cocoa butter is what I use.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really helps moisturize your skin.
Right.
Yeah, it has a lot of, because it prevents the word is not
scaly skin.
Yes.
And hers has hyaluronic acid in it, which is amazing as well, and niacinamide. That is all really good.
That's the body butter.
Yeah.
And it smells really good, especially the men who are trying to score some points. I have the best thing for you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what a lot of guys have been using to score points, and they smell good too.
Yeah, let me smell that.
Mm-hmm. And this is the emulsified body butter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it smells so clean, like laundry.
Yeah, if you're someone that likes really clean smells like me, I don't like things that are too fragrant, that's perfect.
Yeah, and it helps like exfoliating and
anti-age. She has absolutely beautiful weaved baskets, necklaces. Let's see. Oh, look at the hat. So Whidbey Island Garden Club ladies, she's got these great hats in here. So she definitely should come in here and check it out. I mean, the baskets and even shopping baskets for the farmer's market.
Backpack.
Yes, and it's not made in China, which is the best part.
And these are authentic,
Yes.
like organic stuff, ethically sorted things, not from like.
And the price point too is very good. So before we wrap up, do you have anything else that you would like everyone to know? Like where can they find you online? And then where can they find you in Oak Harbor?
Okay, so I'm working on my website. However, you can find me on Facebook, Whidbey African Store. You can also find us on Instagram, Whidbey African Store, on TikTok as well. On Etsy, I'm yet to post pictures there. So that should happen within this week. And once we have the website up, I will put that on the Facebook page so people can go there to look at what we are doing.
Okay.
And the physical location is the log cabin, 390 Northeast Midway.
Right.
Yeah, B104.
Yeah, so listener, if you go get Whidbey bagels, then just go on and walk down into the cabin area where the parking is, and you'll see a lot of shops, and she is on your right. So come and visit Juliet in her beautiful African store. The store looks like a log cabin inside. It literally has big, huge logs. So it was very nice to meet you, Juliet, and interviewing you. And I hope that this really helps your business. And thank you for coming to Whidbey Island and gracing us with your presence. You're a lovely person.
Thank you. And it's so pleasant to have all of you support the business that we are into. And I'm so grateful for all the pointers. And I'm just someone who would take any advice. If you think you have any suggestions or anything, I'm looking forward to partnerships because most of these things are not owned by me. Right. If you think there's something in here you would want to add to your business, you want to partner with us, would love to do that. And thank you all for your support.
Oh, you're welcome. That's a wrap on another episode of Local Whidbey with Magsy. Whether you're all about island life or just island bound in spirit, I hope you all are audacious islanders. Yes, that is a plug for my merch. Thanks for tuning in and celebrating the people, places, and magic that make Whidbey Island so special. Don't forget to share the love, tell a friend, leave a review if you have something positive to say, and follow along for more stories from our audacious island. Until next time, keep it quirky, keep it local, and keep loving Whidbey. Looking to create a life filled with connection, creativity, and a little bit of audacious charm? At withmagsy.com, we bring people together in all the best ways. Join the Supper Club, where food, laughter, and great company make every gathering unforgettable. Tune in to the Local Whidbey with Magsy podcast, celebrating the small businesses and bold dreamers that make up audacious islanders and shape Whidbey Island. Transform your home with Spaces, a personalized interior styling service that reflects your style and brings your space to life. Ready to gather, be inspired, and make your space truly yours? Visit withmagsy.com today.